Good morning. I'm Dante Martin. I'm the Court Administrator for the City of Wichita Municipal Court. I want today to announce that the City of Wichita Municipal Court is going to offer an amnesty program December 4th through December 30th. It's a driver's license amnesty program. Those folks whose licenses have been suspended for failure to comply with a traffic citation will have an opportunity to gain compliance and have warrants recalled, have collection fees waived, and also have city reinstatement fees waived. This amnesty program is a partnership with Sunflower Community Action, the state of Kansas, as well as Workforce Alliance. One of the great things about this program is for those folks that are facing financial hardship and aren't able to pay their fines and their costs will have an opportunity to perform community service or attend programming offered by Workforce Alliance that would allow them to gain job skills and receive credit towards their outstanding fines. We have Senators O'Donnell and Aletha Faust-Goudeau here today. We also have Keith Lawing from Workforce Alliance, if anyone has any questions for the program.
How many people do you think, Dante, are out there with this type of violation? Or do you know?
Each year, the city requests approximately 8,000 licenses be suspended for failure to comply. And it's important to note, by failure to comply, I mean a person received a citation, failed to set the matter for court, or failed to pay the citation. In each of those cases, they're considered to have failed to comply with their citation, and we request the Division of Motor Vehicles suspend their driver's licenses.
Is this the first year you've done this?
We've offered a couple of amnesty programs in the past. This amnesty program is different in that it focuses on suspended driver's licenses. Also, the partnership that we have with the state in terms of restricted license, and Senator Faust-Goudeau will speak to that, and also the partnership with Sunflower as well as the partnership with Workforce Alliance is a little bit different. As I said earlier, I'm extremely excited about the partnership with Workforce and that we're going to be able to help people improve their quality of life, their job skills, hopefully obtain or improve their employment, and then in the end, as far as the court's perspective, satisfy outstanding court obligations.
Have similar efforts on the amnesty been successful in terms of other areas, and are you anticipating that same success with this?
I believe the program will be successful. This is the first time a program of this nature has been offered in this area, in this community. We looked at other amnesty programs in other communities, and although they're similar in that they're amnesty and they offer forgiveness from outstanding obligations to some degree, they're not structured the same way this program is, so it's difficult to compare.
And just to be clear, this is the first type of amnesty for this particular. This is the first driver's license amnesty program that's primarily focused on those folks who have suspended licenses for failure to comply, gaining a restricted driver's license, ultimately gaining compliance with their outstanding obligations, and having their driver's privileges reinstated. What made you decide to do this?
The city manager was approached by Sunflower Community Action several months ago. The city manager and I attended a neighborhood meeting, where we heard firsthand the impact suspended driver's licenses was having on the quality of life of some of our residents. Their inability to drive to work, to seek employment, to attend medical appointments, court-ordered appointments in some cases, and the impact it was having on their lives. After that meeting, city manager Layton and I reached out to the state. We also reached out to our municipal court judges and tried to see if there was a way that we could start to address some of these issues that have been identified.
So if you want to take care of this, what do you need to do on those dates?
On December 4th, come in. Court staff will take a look at your driver's record, see if you're suspended on a fail to comply violation or failure to comply with a citation. If you're eligible for amnesty, what we will do is, if your case is in collections, we'll recall the case from collections. If you have an outstanding warrant on your case, we'll recall the warrant. We'll also waive city reinstatement fees, give you an opportunity to pay in full that day. If you are unable to pay in full that day, we'll set you up on a payment plan that allows you to pay over 12 months. If you're still unable to pay due to financial hardship, we'll connect you with Workforce Alliance, we'll connect you with local partners to perform community service and start to work off some of those outstanding fines.
Thank you, Dante. The state of Kansas is very excited to partner in this, and in regards to Ann's question earlier, this is actually the first program in the whole state, and we're making this a pilot program. Obviously, Wichita, our community, has a higher percentage than and a higher number than other communities across the state of Kansas. What we want to see is how this is going to be utilized, if there is going to be a lot of people turning out to use it or not, and if so, there's legislation that's going to be available this coming session to allow the municipalities and the state to waive the fees. Currently, there's a schedule of fees. When you pay your reinstatement fee for the license, some money goes to the Supreme Court, some money goes to different departments, and that's mandated by statute. What our legislation will do is allow the city, the state, the county to actually waive all those fees to get more drivers on the roads with a valid license. So we're really taking this at a from a standpoint that we're inventing the wheel, and that's been probably the most rewarding part of this program and developing it, is that Sunflower Action, the City of Wichita, Department of Revenue at the state have all developed this as a group. So on December 4th, the Department of Revenue is going to be here. They're going to be staffing it with employees from the Kansas Revenue Department that handle with driver's licenses exclusively. And we're very excited about it. And this is in conjunction with a bill that Senator Faust-Goudeau pushed this last session, the restricted driver's license bills, to allow people to be driving with the restricted license just to go to work or school or church, necessary places. And I'll actually let her come up and talk about that a little bit. But for the Department of Revenue, this is a first time that they've actually partnered with a city or any municipality for any type of amnesty program. So we're very excited to see how this works, and like I said, be looking for legislation this coming session where we will actually be allowing other municipalities to do this.
Good morning. I'm really excited about this program, and I really want to thank the City of Wichita, especially the city manager, Robert Layton and Dante, for their work with listening to the concern from Sunflower Community Action Agency. This is going to be great with the legislation that was passed for those who have suspended driver's licenses, the restricted driver's license new law. An individual can submit an application and for $25, a non-refundable fee. If they are approved, they are allowed to drive back and forth to work, school, looking for employment, court hearings, and things of that nature. This actually, we've been working on this for a long time in the Kansas legislature. Actually, I worked on it with Judge Phil Journey. At the time, he was a senator, and a lot of his clients talked about the need for driver's licenses. As a matter of fact, Saturday, I spoke over at the Drug and Alcohol Recovery Center on Waco here, and I asked those individuals what their biggest problem was to comply to the goals that they have to meet in these programs, and they said transportation. A lot of them have suspended driver's licenses. And I want to make it clear also, this is not for individuals with revoked driver's licenses from the standpoint of the new legislation for those with suspended driver's licenses. I also want to say individuals can certainly call Topeka 785-296-3671, 296-3671. They can also go online to the Department of Revenue and download that application. It's simply their name, address, phone number, and if they remember their previous driver's license number. Once that information with that $25 fee is submitted, the Department of Revenue will automatically send information to our local driver's license department, to whereas the ball gets rolling. And so a lot of them shared that their fines were humongous. And so when they come into the city of Wichita, this Amnesty Day is certainly going to help with paying off those fines. And I will say in closing, before I turn you back over to Dante, is that when individuals get a parking ticket or driving a traffic violation, they've got 10 days to do something about it. And so don't delay. You make that call, make those arrangements, and to make those payments. And again, I'm just excited about what the city of Wichita is willing to do to help those with high traffic fines. And thank you so much. And here's Dante.
I just want to reiterate that the amnesty program applies to failure to comply suspensions with the City of Wichita. It doesn't apply to suspensions from other jurisdictions. It also doesn't apply, as Senator Faust-Goudeau mentioned, to administrative suspensions, such as suspensions for DUI, suspensions for driving while suspended, and also failure to maintain liability insurance, as well as revoked driver's licenses. Just traffic infractions with the City of Wichita Municipal Court where the driver failed to comply with the citation. They didn't set the matter for court, they didn't pay the citation, or they didn't appear in court. We have Keith Lawing here from Workforce Alliance, and we also have DeJuan Wash here from Sunflower Community Action. I know there's some questions earlier about why we're doing this program. I think each of them could speak to the program and their perspective and why they believe it's going to be a successful partnership. Keith?
Thank you, Dante. Again, Keith Lawing. I'm the president and CEO of the Workforce Alliance of South Central Kansas, and we're very pleased to be part of this partnership, and I want to thank not only Dante but the city manager and Mayor Longwell for the innovative leadership they're showing, and also the senators for helping us to create a partnership with the state of Kansas. The Workforce Alliance exists to eliminate barriers to employment that individuals have and try to match those individuals seeking employment with business and industry. And so being part of this is just a natural fit for us. We're very pleased, as I said, and as Dante was describing the program, by coming in to access our services at our location there at 21st and Amidon, you'll be able to get credit towards those fines. And we have services available to these job seekers, again, from a targeted job search, resume writing assistance, workshops that can help your basic computer skills. There's going to be a whole litany of opportunities. So again, we're just very pleased to be part of that. And again, I really appreciate the responsiveness for the leadership. This is an issue we've certainly seen by job seekers coming to look for work, not having access to be able to drive, not having access to a car, needing that job to pay off those fines. And we've heard from employers too, where they've wanted to hire an individual, but for some reason that individual did not have transportation, and so again that eliminated them as being a candidate. So again, this is the kind of program that we think will be very successful. We were looking forward to the results from the first phase of this pilot program, and if it's successful, I look forward to maybe doing something again like it. And if there's any questions about any of the services we offer, I'd be happy to answer those.
A person that's interested in participating in this program, taking advantage of this program, can contact us on our Amnesty phone line, 268-4120. That phone line will be up and running on November 30th. Keeping in mind the program starts December 4th, it runs through December 30th. The phone line we've created, the Amnesty phone line we created, comes online November 30th. Once again, it's 268-4120. You can also visit wichita.gov for information regarding the program, and you'll find some links to some of our partners and some other helpful resources that will be beneficial to those that have suspended licenses. And always, if anyone has an outstanding municipal court obligation or has questions regarding anything related to municipal court, you can dial 268-4611, and my staff is available to help.
You said November 30th this line will be up and running.
The Amnesty phone line will come online November 30th. The program will begin that following Friday, December 4th. Senator Faust-Goudeau mentioned that representatives from the Division of Motor Vehicles will be here at City Hall from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. December 4th to help people with the restricted license program. They'll check their driving records. They'll see if they're eligible for a restricted license. They'll make a determination, and from what I understand, be able to grant a restricted license if eligible that same day. I received some questions earlier regarding why did we look at developing this type of program. DeJuan Wash is here from Sunflower Community Action. He can speak to the community's perspective and the impact that this program should have.
Thank you, Dante. Sunflower Community Action is extremely thrilled to have this partnership with the City of Wichita Workforce Alliance and the state of Kansas. We held a meeting in which Dante and the city manager were present. It was about 50 people that were present at that meeting. And those individuals spoke to the barriers that exist for them to be able to gain employment, mostly having a driver's license. It's essentially an apartheid situation when you can't leave out of your community in order to be able to go to work, in order to be able to go to the doctor, in order to be able to go to church, in order to be able to live your life. You have to have a driver's license in order to be able to accomplish many of those things. So we are incredibly pleased that the city manager and Dante responded to those individuals' concerns. If I'm not mistaken, over $7 million a year is taken in by the city for fines and fees. And so this amnesty program will really be a benefit to thousands of Wichitans. Last I heard, there were 8,000 cases that the municipal court has for people that have suspended driver's licenses. So this really has the potential to impact thousands of Wichitans, and we are very pleased to have led this effort and brought along our other partners, workforce, brought along the city of Wichita as well as the state of Kansas in order to accomplish this goal. I'll take any questions.
Dwan, I was just going to ask you, so the
Yes.
biggest problem with these people is they just can't afford to pay the fine.
Yeah, they can't afford to pay the fines. A lot of times people don't have a job. The other thing, I don't know if anybody has mentioned, but for people that don't have a job, the training will be available through Workforce, but the city of Wichita also increased the amount that they are taking off for people that do community service. Normally that rate is at $5 an hour. However, for this program, people that go through the Amnesty program will be able to go to different organizations throughout the city and be able to work off those fines at a rate of $10 an hour.
What are some of those programs?
Is it 8?
It's 8.
It's 8. Okay.
Oh,
$8
$8
an hour. Yeah.
What are some of those programs that you're talking about?
In terms of the organizations,
Yeah.
well, Sunflower is definitely always looking for volunteers. So, any organization that's a nonprofit, from my understanding.
The City of Wichita Municipal Court maintains a list of our nonprofit partners. It could be basically, as Dwan mentioned, any nonprofit within this community. It could be Big Brothers and Sisters. It could be the Lord Steiner. Anyone who has an interest in participating in the program, they will receive a list of eligible community agencies and, if they want to provide or work community service to work off their fines. I'll go ahead and close and just once again summarize the program. It's an amnesty program for those that are suspended for failure to comply with their traffic infractions. They didn't appear in court, they didn't set the matter for court, they didn't pay their outstanding obligations. It only applies to City of Wichita suspensions. It does not apply to misdemeanor suspensions such as driving under the influence, driving while suspended, or failure to maintain liability insurance. Also, amnesty doesn't apply to revoked driver's licenses. If you're interested in participating in the program, it's beginning December 4th. You should come to City Hall. The Municipal Court Clerk's office is located on the second floor of City Hall, 455 North Main. You can call 268-4611 for questions about your outstanding court obligations. Beginning Monday, November 30th, you'll be able to dial 268-4120 for questions about the amnesty program.
Any idea how soon you'll have figures on how this program works? How it worked?
Say it one more time.
Any idea how soon you might have results of how effective this program was?
It's a month-long program. At the end of December, I'll be able to tell you how many people came in and are participating in the program. Keeping in mind that we're offering payment plans and partnerships with workforce and local community agencies for the next 12 months, it will be a full year out before you truly are able to measure the complete impact of the program.